Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has issued a warning. He said that Israel will do everything necessary to defend itself. He added that the country will make its own decisions. Netanyahu's comments come as Western nations have been asking him to show restraint after the attack by Iran last weekend. Meanwhile, Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi has warned of a severe and heavy response to Israel. This is if it violates Tehran's territorial integrity. Raisi's comments come during Iran's annual Army Day military parade. Yesterday, Iran marked its National Army Day with a parade showcasing its weapons at a military base in the capital, Tehran. European Union leaders have decided to step up sanctions against Iran. The bloc said it would impose further sanctions on Tehran's drones and missiles. The EU said this one day after day one of a two-day summit in Belgium's capital, Brussels. The United Nations Security Council is expected to vote on a draft resolution tomorrow. This is to recommend Palestine's admission as a member of the UN. The 15-member council is due to vote in New York City. The resolution needs at least 9 votes in favor and no vetoes by the permanent members, which include the US, the UK, France, Russia, and China. However, it's expected that the move will be blocked by Israel's ally, the United States. Meanwhile, the US has decided to reimpose oil sanctions on Venezuela. This is over President Nicolas Maduro's failure to deliver on election promises. The US says that Maduro failed to honor his promises by not allowing free and fair elections to take place. In recent months, multiple opposition allies and activists have faced arrests in Venezuela. The government has also banned the opposition leader from registering as a candidate and arrested 2 of her close aides. A Russian missile attack killed at least 13 people in the Ukrainian city of Chernihiv. The strike also injured over 60 others. Authorities say an explosion ripped through a busy part of the city yesterday. The attack has damaged 4 multi-story buildings, a hospital, an education facility, and dozens of vehicles. In Croatia, the ruling party, the Croatian Democratic Union, won yesterday's parliamentary election. However, it failed to gain a majority and bagged fewer seats than before. According to preliminary results, the party won 60 seats in the 151-member assembly. It's now expected to negotiate with smaller parties to form a coalition government. Poland's President Andrzej Duda was at Trump Tower in New York yesterday to meet former US President Donald Trump. Trump received Duda at the entrance of the building. Duda said that he was invited by the former US president to his private apartment and referred to Trump as his friend. The Polish president was one of Trump's preferred international partners during his tenure. Sweden's parliament has passed a law that will make it easier for people to change their legal gender. It has lowered the age at which people can do so from 18 to 16. The new Swedish law makes changing one's gender easier with shorter doctor consultation requirements. In Australia, authorities have made the first arrest in the Sydney church attack case. A 19-year-old man was arrested and taken to a police station. He has been charged with rioting and the destruction and damage of property. Earlier this week, an Assyrian Orthodox bishop was stabbed during a service at a church. It was Sydney's second mass stabbing case within 3 days. Authorities in South Africa are investigating the deaths of 5 people in Cape Town. This was after a shooting incident left 4 men and 1 woman dead. Police have yet to identify the victims, shooters, or the motive for the attack. In climate news, the region of East Africa is experiencing heavy rainfall. Flooding triggered by a downpour in Kenya has killed at least 13 people. About 58 people have been reported dead in Tanzania. Thousands of people have been displaced from flood-prone regions. Meanwhile, over 100,000 people have been displaced in Burundi due to months of persistent rain. Burundi's government and the UN are appealing for financial aid to cope with the devastating effects of the downpour. The region has received non-stop rain since September last year. According to the UN, Burundi is among the top 20 countries most vulnerable to climate change. In Pakistan, storm-related incidents have killed at least 65 people. Lightning strikes have killed around 28 people in the country. According to officials, Pakistan has received twice the average amount of rain in April. The heavy rains have also caused flash floods, which have destroyed hundreds of homes and left people stranded. Meanwhile, heavy rain has also caused havoc in Afghanistan, killing at least 70 people and injuring 56. This is according to the country's disaster management department. Most of the deaths were caused by roof collapses because of torrential rain. Over 2,600 houses have also been damaged and destroyed by flash flooding. In Kazakhstan, at least 117,000 people have been evacuated due to floods. This is according to the country's emergency ministry. Evacuation missions are ongoing in the country's north, west and Aktobe regions. According to reports, the unprecedented rain that has unleashed chaos in Dubai might be linked to cloud seeding. This is the process of manipulating clouds to increase rainfall. However, the UAE's government has denied these claims, saying that no cloud seeding operations took place before the recent storms. Torrential rain has triggered widespread flooding throughout the UAE, bringing it to a standstill. According to reports, Scotland is abandoning its greenhouse gas reduction target. The target was to cut greenhouse gas emissions by 75% by the year 2030. Reports also suggest that Scotland may scrap its annual climate targets as well. The Scottish government will release a statement addressing these claims today. According to the non-profit Reef Conservation Project, Brazil is bracing for its worst ever coral bleaching event. The country's largest marine reserve is being threatened by warm ocean water. Huge swathes of corals along Brazil's Atlantic coastline have already turned bone white. A German government-backed study has found that climate change damage could cost the world $38 trillion annually by 2050. The damage will affect farming, infrastructure, productivity, and health. The study also says that climate change will shave 17% of the global GDP by the middle of this century. On to business and tech news. Plane maker Boeing came under fire during two U.S. Senate committee hearings yesterday. During the hearings, the firm's current and former employees raised concerns about the safety of Boeing's 737 and 787 jets. They said that manufacturing issues that led to January's mid-air door blowout incident still persist. Boeing has faced scrutiny over the safety of its aircraft after a door panel flew off a 737 MAX 9 jet mid-air. Meanwhile, America's United Airlines has said that Boeing will compensate them for the grounding of its 737 MAX 9 jet fleet. 79 jets from United Airlines were grounded after the door panel blowout incident in January. The grounding reportedly led to losses of about $200 million for the company. This was during the first quarter of this year. Yesterday, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration halted all Alaska Airlines flights for nearly an hour. This was over an issue with the airline's weight and balance calculation system. The problem also affected Horizon Air, a regional carrier owned by Alaska Airlines. Normal flight operations were resumed after Alaska Airlines resolved the issue. Carmaker Ford is recalling over 456,000 vehicles in the U.S. This includes certain models of Ford's compact SUVs and pickup trucks. The recall is due to a low battery issue with the cars. America's road safety regulator has said that the issue can lead to cars losing power in the middle of a drive. Tesla has asked its shareholders to reconsider CEO Elon Musk's $56 billion pay package. The Tesla shareholders will vote on Musk's 2018 pay package during the company's annual meeting this June. A court in the U.S. state of Delaware rejected the large compensation earlier this year. The court said that Musk's hefty pay package was unfair to Tesla shareholders. The U.S. is reportedly set to grant over $6 billion in subsidies to chipmaker Micron Technology. This is to help with the firm's chip factory projects in the country. Recently, the U.S. had announced billions of dollars in subsidies for chip makers like Intel, TSMC, and Samsung, among others. This is to boost chip manufacturing in the country. Swiss banking giant the UBS Group is reportedly planning to lay off hundreds of employees. The job cuts will be in the firm's wealth management and marketing units. The banking giant has been on a cost-cutting spree since taking over its rival Credit Suisse last year. The tech giant Google has announced another round of layoffs. This is part of the firm's restructuring plan for its finance teams. Google has not revealed the exact number of employees it will axe. Earlier this year, Google laid off hundreds of workers across its engineering, hardware, and assistant teams. Pakistan blocked access to the social media platform X in February. This is according to court submissions by the country's Interior Ministry that were filed yesterday. The ban was due to national security concerns during the country's election. X, formerly known as Twitter, its users in Pakistan have been reporting issues with accessing the platform since mid-February. Pakistan didn't make any official announcements on the matter until now. Microsoft has said that Russian online campaigns to influence the US election are gaining pace. The tech firm says that Russia-linked accounts are spreading divisive content for American audiences. This includes content regarding American support for Ukraine and its war with Russia. As per Microsoft, these online campaigns could increase in the coming months. Moving to sports, we start with cricket and the Indian Premier League. Delhi Capitals beat Gujarat Titans by a massive 6 wickets in Ahmedabad yesterday. The Shubman Gill-led Gujarat Titans went out to bat first. Delhi's bowling unit bundled out the Gujarat Titans for just 89 runs. After that, the Delhi Capitals reached their 90-run target in just 8.5 overs. In football, Arsenal have been knocked out of the Champions League. They lost to Bayern Munich 1-0 in the second leg of the quarter-final yesterday. Joshua Kimmich smashed a header in the 63rd minute for Bayern. The result meant that Bayern claimed a 3-2 victory on aggregate. Defending champions Manchester City have also been eliminated from the Champions League. They were knocked out by Real Madrid following a penalty shootout. The second leg of the quarter-final match finished 1-1 and 4-4 on aggregate. Real Madrid then beat Manchester City 4-3 on penalties. In tennis, Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece is through to the third round of the Barcelona Open. He defeated Austria's Sebastian Ofner 6-4, 7-5 in straight sets. The Greek is in red-hot form, having won 69% of his first serves. The match lasted 1 hour and 38 minutes. Former world number 1 Rafael Nadal has crashed out of the Barcelona Open. He lost 7-5, 6-1 against Australia's Alex de Minaur in the second round yesterday. Nadal has virtually missed all of the 2024 season due to frequent injury setbacks. He will next feature at the French Open, where he is a 14-time champion. The first entry lists for the 2024 French Open have been announced. India's Sumit Nagal has made it to the main draw because of his world ranking of 80. The last Indian man to feature at the main draw was Prajnesh Guneshwaran in 2019. This year's French Open will be held from the 20th of May to the 9th of June. In basketball, Jonte Porter, who plays for the NBA team Toronto Raptors, has been banned for life. America's National Basketball League Association found that Porter disclosed confidential information about his fitness to sports bettors. This incident happened in March during his game against the Sacramento Kings. Porter had claimed that he was ill and only played for 3 minutes. Team USA have announced their all-star men's lineup for the upcoming Paris Olympics. The 12-member team includes the NBA's all-time leading scorer, LeBron James. It also includes reigning most valuable player, Joel Embiid. The US has also brought in 3-time Olympic champion Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. With 100 days until the Paris Olympics, teams have begun unveiling their official kits, gears and uniforms. Brazil's Olympic Committee decided to showcase the uniforms at a runway show in Rio de Janeiro, filled with former Olympians. The athletes wore denim jackets with embroidered images of Brazilian animals and posed on the ramp. Meanwhile, Team Japan unveiled eco-friendly kits with carbon footprint labels for the Paris Olympics. Jackets, trousers and other items that the Japanese athletes will wear will have the amount of carbon dioxide emitted during production stamped on them. The company which designed them said they reduced emissions on the kits by 34% compared to the last games in Tokyo. In entertainment news, pop icon Taylor Swift revealed some of the lyrics from her upcoming album, The Tortured Poets Department. The singer revealed the lyrics using an art installation in Los Angeles. An album-themed installation was placed outside a shopping mall where people were asked to look for clues hidden in mailboxes and books. Swift's much-hyped album is set to release tomorrow. And staying with Taylor Swift, the American University has launched an economics course on the singer. The Washington, D.C.-based university is calling it Swiftonomics. The scholars will explore the singer's business footprint and her earnings from her multi-billion-dollar worth Eras Tour. The university is following the footsteps of Harvard and Stanford, who have launched similar courses in the past. Grammy Award-winning artist Sasa went all out to voice her support for Palestine. During her concert stops in Australia, she proclaimed Free Palestine with a Palestinian flag. The SOS Tour is Sasa's second concert tour and first arena tour. Actor Zendaya's press tour looks for challengers have been the talk of the town. The actor revealed at the film's premiere that a lot of planning goes into them. She speaks to her stylists and also exchanges references to come up with ideas. Zendaya says the process is all about having fun. Quentin Tarantino's last and final film, The Movie Critic, has reportedly been scrapped. According to reports, Tarantino is now working on something new and is no longer interested in that movie. The filming of the film was supposed to begin soon, with Brad Pitt in the lead. According to reports, director Martin Scorsese is looking to rope in Leonardo DiCaprio for a Frank Sinatra biopic. Sinatra was one of the most popular entertainers of the mid-20th century. Jennifer Lawrence, too, might be taking the role of Sinatra's second wife. However, Sinatra's daughter Tina is yet to approve the film. The upcoming film Abigail was premiered in Los Angeles yesterday. The lead of the film, Melissa Barrera, attended the event with her husband. Actors Catherine Newton, William Catlett, Dan Stevens and Kevin Durant were in attendance as well. The film will be released tomorrow. Actor Hugh Grant has settled a lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch's British tabloid publisher. He sued The Sun for gathering information unlawfully. Hugh Grant claimed that journalists had used private investigators to tap his phone and burgle his house. Grant revealed that he chose to settle outside of court to avoid a legal bill worth millions of dollars. He went to Twitter, formerly now known as X, and stated that even if he had won, he would have still had to pay legal fees. The trailer for Netflix's fantasy series Sweet Tooth has been released. In the final season, the pivotal characters of the series will embark on a journey to Alaska. The lead character, Gus, will reach a step closer to finding his mother. The show is about the story of hybrid humans on Earth. The series will release on the 6th of June. Outfits, hats and shoes worn by the late Princess Diana are being showcased at a mall in Hong Kong. The items are the ones that she wore during her first visit to Hong Kong in 1989. Outfits like her white evening gown and two-piece navy blue skirt and blouse are on display. The articles from Princess Diana's Elegance and a Royal Collection will later be auctioned online. The United States has said that it will soon impose new sanctions